Looks like one. Looks like one. Yay, Lori, you figured it out. I'm still trying to figure this out too and play with it. Yeah. I'm gonna give it just a couple more minutes because a couple of the girls are just about to jump on. So, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that this will be better in the long run. It just is a little bit of a learning curve because it's something different. Was it hard for you to get on, or was it pretty easy?
Sorry, I don't know where my microphone is.
It should be at the top screen. Do you see them at the top?
Oh, there.
I can hear you okay, though. Oh, now you muted yourself. I'm on.
Is that better?
Yeah. Were you able to get on pretty easily? Oh, you're muted again. Here, I'm gonna unmute you. Oh, there it goes. There's a little bit of a delay, so if it doesn't happen right away, just give it a second. So was it easy for you to get on, or was it a little bit of a challenge?
After you just posted that second link, that was easier. I clicked on that and you popped right up. Okay. The other one, I was just kind of waiting.
Okay. That one, I can't get that direct link until I actually start it. So I can do that from now on. But, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. So we'll get her figured out.
Looks good.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead, since we're broadcasting and we're already recording, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. There you go. Okay, cool. Okay, so welcome to tonight's team call. I am excited to use the Google Hangouts for the first time. I know it was a little bit different and maybe a little nerve-wracking, and some of you may be jumping on a little late, and that's okay. We will get this figured out, and I think it'll be better for us in the long run. I am Corey Mayo. I am the CEO and founder of Team Living Healthy and Fit. Tonight is Wednesday, September 30th already. I feel like we were just doing the first call of the month and it's already the 30th. It's kind of crazy. So I do have a couple announcements because I have the insider email that I wanted to share with you girls because it just came to my email here a few minutes ago. So we're going to just mute a couple people. As you guys are jumping on, if you can just find the mute at the top, your little, there, Emily is muted. Let's get down unmuted. Okay. So for October, our challenge pack specials are going to be the 21-day fix with Shakeology Challenge Pack that's also going to include a 21-day fix insulated bag. So that's going to be at $140, so that's kind of cool. 21-day fix extreme is also going to be at $140. In the U.S., Body Beast Shakeology Challenge Pack plus a free Beachbody Performance Sampler is going to be at $140 this month. And then the 21-day fix Kickstart with Shakeology Pack with the 21-day fix insulated bag is going to be $180, and the 21-day fix Extreme Kickstart is going to also be $180. So those are some pretty awesome specials. I'm excited about that insulated bag. That's just another way that we can promote, and I'm guessing it's probably like a lunchbox, but I don't know that for sure. So that's pretty exciting there. If you are not yet scheduled to go to a Super Saturday, the Super Saturday is October 17th. I strongly encourage you to find one in your area. You can locate that in your back office under events and searching for the Super Saturday in your area. We have one here that's going to be happening at the Pinnacle in Maumee, along Meg Wazinski and Corey Miller are going to be hosting that, and they also have a gentleman coming to speak about personal development. You guys, these types of events, they're $10. If you're a coach, you can invite coaching prospects for free to get them in the community of people, but these are non-negotiable. These are things that you have to make a priority in order to grow your business, okay? So that is October 17th. Some of them will be on the Friday before and some of them on the Sunday, depending on where you're located. Some other exciting news is on October 19th through October 31st, the Fall Classic registration will open. So we will be creating teams of 3 people for the Classic, for the Fall Classic, so that you can push towards your goals and you can earn some really cool prizes and work as a team to do that. Okay, so mark those on your calendar, and we'll be posting something in the group to start getting some, some teams created there. I'm going to go ahead and screen share here. I think it does some weird thing when I'm screen sharing, so I'm hoping this will work. Okay, can you guys see that? Can somebody unmute themselves for just a second to tell me if they can see that?
I can see it, but it's a little blurry.
Okay, let me go back to it when... Is it still blurry? Give it just a second because there is a little bit of a delay.
Okay, that looks good.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to welcome our new coach. Molly Pearson is our newest coach. She is signed up under Carly Ladowski. So we welcome you, Molly. We're excited to have you as a part of the team. Congratulations to our Success Club leaders this month. Myself at Success Club 10, Michelle Hiltman at Success Club 4, Carly Ladowski, Success Club 3, Paul Mayo at Success Club 2, Erica Petrowski at Success Club 2, Eva Pack at Success Club 2, and Donna Wedsworth at Success Club 2. So congratulations, you guys. That's really awesome. We are going to congratulate our Coach of the Month as Michelle Hiltman. Michelle, for those of you who maybe aren't aware, Michelle's really been struggling with a lot of health issues lately and has been in and out of the hospital trying to get her diabetes under control. She's been having some heart complications. So first of all, please keep her in your prayers. I think that she's starting to get on a good path, but please keep her in your prayers. The doctors can figure out what's going on and keep her on a good track and keep her healthy. But even amongst all of that she has going on, her daughter recently got married, recently had a new baby, and she's got a great grandbaby coming soon. Even with all that going on, you guys, she is at Success Club 4, as long as everything goes through that she's hoping, she will be at Success Club 6 and will rank advance back to Emerald this evening. So that's really exciting, and it just goes to show that if you keep consistent and you keep pushing through and you get those 3 vital behaviors done every single day and do your best, that it will pay off. So I'm really excited for you, Michelle. Great job. So tonight we're going to talk about 8 steps to building a solid team. And the 8 steps are: 1, get over your fears. 2, your contact list. 3, building your network. 4, hey girl messages. 5, challenge group rock stars. 6, attraction marketing. 7, presenting the coaching opportunity. And number 8, this business does not play favorites. If you're doing the work, it will show. Just as if you are not doing the work, it will show. So let's dive into number 1, getting over your fears. So what are you afraid of in this business? What holds you back? Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid of the word no? I think that sometimes we create this monster in our head that if we present a challenge group or the coaching opportunity to a friend, that they're going to like laugh in our face or totally walk away and say, oh, I'm never going to be friends with you ever again. And we build up like this big monster that like this horrible thing's going to happen, and really like the worst that's going to happen is they're going to say no. So I don't see how anything like that would ever happen. The only way I could ever see somebody like unfriending you or saying something nasty back or you know, making a big deal about it is if you were being really pushy towards that person and just like, you have to buy something from me, or we're not going to be friends anymore, or something crazy like that. Yeah, then I could see them maybe pushing back towards you. But if you're just simply inviting somebody to an opportunity, the worst that they're going to do is say, no, it's not for me. So our fears are really pretty easy to get over. It's one step in front of the other. I recently listened to a call from Mindy Widner, and she said that this is not a good analogy, but really it kind of was a good analogy, was jumping out of a plane. Like, that is terrifying, right? But really it's pretty easy to do. Like, you just have to step off the plane. So it's just taking one step, but it's that fear that holds you back. So our steps to getting over our fears are just as simple as taking that step off of the plane, but it's just actually doing that. It's actually taking that step forward. So it's so simple that it's just as simple not to do it. So getting over our fears of reaching out to people, the only way that we're going to get past that is if we continue to work towards reaching out to people, starting those conversations. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with doing that. Creating a vision. So what do you want this to be for you? You know, what could happen for you personally? What could happen for your family as a whole if you got over the fear of just simply reaching out to somebody and saying hello? If you smiled at somebody on the street, start with baby steps, you guys. It doesn't have to be like all or nothing, but you know, taking those steps forward and starting to push yourself out of that comfort zone. And, you know, realizing what this really could do for you. And if you stop worrying about you and make it about them, your mindset and outcomes will shift. So the more that you put out there and that you feel, oh, she's going to say no, or she's going to think I'm crazy, or they're going to think I'm a salesperson, or I'm salesy, or whatever. If you have those things in your mind and those are your intentions, or that's what you're putting out as your intention, even though it may not be your intention, that's how you're going to come across. That's how people are going to view you. And it's more likely that with that mindset, you're going to get far more no's and far more people responding to you that way than they would if I were to reach out to them. Because that's not my mindset. That's not my intention. Okay? So we have to get over the fact that they might say no. because it's not about you. It's not about them telling you no, because they're not telling you no. They're telling the opportunity no. And if they do say no, ask them why. You know, for a lot of people, it might just be timing. It might be finances. And it just might not be a good fit. Maybe they're afraid. You know, maybe they have their own fears. So ask them why and try to help them work through that. If it's timing, just say, hey, girl, like, I totally understand right now isn't a good time for you. Maybe they're planning their daughter's wedding, or they just had a grandbaby, or they're getting ready to have their own baby. Like, you got to find that stuff out so that you know, because if you're genuinely trying to help them, then you have to find these things out and you have to genuinely care. And, you know, if it's the money thing, you know, there's other options that we can do. And you can talk with them, you know, maybe, you know, is this something that you'd be interested in down the road? If, you know, if you could save a little bit every month, blah, blah, blah. Start asking questions and just have general conversation with people. And if they do say no, it's okay. You know, keep that conversation going, whatever they express to you that they want to work towards. Maybe share the 4-week free meal plan with them, or share a good personal development book with them if they're really struggling with some personal growth. Or the Crazy Sexy Diet by Chris Carr. Give people some value. You know, just because they told you no to the opportunity right this minute doesn't mean, if you genuinely care, which you do because you reached out to that person for a reason to start that conversation, don't let it be the end of it. Keep that conversation going. Give them something of value that you can help them move forward, and keep touching base with them and see how things are going for them. Okay, so along those lines, I know a lot of you ask, like, how many times do I follow up with a certain person, or how often, or really, guys, I can't tell you because I do track. I'm very specific about how I track, but it's all depending on person to person, like how often I'm following up with them and what I'm saying, and, you know, all that sort of thing. But, you know, I generally try to check in with somebody every other week or once a month at the least. But occasionally some people fall through the cracks, and I might, you know, it might cycle a little bit longer than that. So, okay, this girl, she found me through Instagram. I converted her over to Facebook. We started a good friendship. We, you know, not everybody do you become friends with. You maybe start a good, you know, one-on-one conversation. But this girl and I kind of developed a friendship. And she was going through a rough time, and I presented a group to her, a challenge group, because I thought that that would be a good place for her to start. And she actually was interested in coaching. I had a closing coaching call with her. She was totally on board, said, just send me the link and I'll get it signed up tonight. Okay, so that was on March 6th. She said yes to coaching. I sent her the link that night along with all the information that I do with everybody else. She never enrolled, so on March 9th, I just checked in with her and said, hey girl, just wanted to check in with you, make sure you didn't have any questions, you know, was still kind of following up as far as the coaching was concerned. No response. On 3/18, I just general conversation, hey girl, like, how are things going? I know that this might not be a good time for you, you know, just putting it out there that just to let her know, like, it doesn't have to be the right time for you. Still no response. A few weeks went by, almost a month actually, and on April 14th, I checked in, just, you know, hey girl, how's life going? How are things going? Mind you, this was somebody that had really given me a lot about her life, and I knew that she was going through a hard time. So I was generally asking her questions about that. Still no response. Another month and a half went by. On 5/27, I checked in with her and asked her how things were going. Just wanted to check in with you. No response. On 8/13, I sent her a message. I saw a picture of sushi that she had shared. You know, all along the while of these messages and no response, I was still interacting with her on Facebook. I was still liking her pictures. I was still commenting on things. I was still being interactive with her, and I actually even sent her a couple text messages as well. So it's more than these 7 or 8 conversations that are shown here. Okay, so 8:13 was just another follow-up. On 8:17 is when I said something about the sushi picture, and I said, how are the girls doing? It was time for them to go back to school, ask questions about her family, got a little bit more involved with that message, and she responded back. She didn't even answer my questions. She responded back to me, I'm ready to do this now. So it took 7 times of touching her with no response. 7 times and a couple text messages. I got a new phone, so I don't know how many text messages to be exact, but 7 times, you guys. Like, how many of you would have given up after the first no, or the second no, or the third time of no response, or the 4th time? It's all in the follow-up. I genuinely was just following up with her about how her family was going, and it was to my benefit. She ended up doing a challenge group, signed up that week, did a challenge group. She killed it. Loved Shakeology so much that she decided to be a discount coach and is going to continue on with it, and has been a coach for over a month now. So it's all in the follow-up. I can't tell you exactly the pattern, but you gotta keep following up with people, and you have to keep touching them and letting them know that you are here for them when they're ready. Okay, so this next slide, let's see here. Okay, so your contact list. Reviewing your list of 100 or more that should always be growing. Reconnecting with old friends, just starting conversation. Check their Facebook wall and see what's been going on with them. This is something that you guys were kind of asking some questions about. So I messaged this girl and I said, hey Harley, how are you doing, girl? And she said, I'm doing good. How are you? And I just said, I'm good too. Thanks for asking. Saw that adorable picture of you with your nephew earlier today or yesterday. Baby snuggles are the best. How are you doing working towards your nutrition goals lately? And she said, they are. I'm getting there, and I'm recently put on profile, so I can't run for a while. So she's in the military and got hurt and can't run. But she was asking more about clean eating and stuff like that. But that's just how I'm just asking her how things are going, and I'm throwing in there things that I'm seeing on her timeline that are popping up in my news feed, so that I'm connecting with her. I appreciate the things that she's going through, and I want to know how life is going. So that is how you're literally just starting conversation with people and seeing how things are going. This girl happened to be kind of more of a follow-up than a direct reach out, but it still gives you the idea of what you're doing to connect with people. And reviewing your list. So your list should always be growing. And that's actually the next topic, so I won't go into that too much. But, go back through your list. Maybe, sometimes I feel like we get stuck in the same circle of people or the same few people following up, and then we kind of beat our heads against the wall because we feel discouraged because they keep telling us no. We have to talk with new people. And that's one of the ways that we start talking, is to find out what's going on their Facebook wall and just shooting them a message and starting that general conversation. I have a few more. So here's some examples of some people that I was either following up with or direct reach out. So this girl, I know she just moved into a new apartment with her boyfriend. I said, hey girl, how's the new apartment? Are you guys getting settled? By the way, did you ever get hooked up with Size? She happened to be a girl that I was forming. She is a friend. She's dating a friend of ours, and her roommate ended up being a Beachbody coach. So I said, I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. So that's why I was just asking her that. The next person, hey girl, how are you doing lately? I saw some of your things popping up in my news feed lately and wondered how you were doing. How is the makeup business going for you? Because she's a makeup artist, and it's somebody that I had talked to a while ago. Another one, hey Amber, how are you doing, mama? I just saw your picture of mowing pop up in my newsfeed. How sweet. Such an awesome day to be enjoying the weather. Her and her daughter were mowing the grass together, and it was really cute, so it was an opportunity for me to bring that up. Another one, hey love, how are you doing, girl? I miss you like crazy. Will you be coming home anytime soon? Hey, I just saw you commented on my post. One, I was excited to see a post from you. And two, you were asking about food prep. I will absolutely be doing a video on this as it seems like it would be helpful. But I also wanted to ask you if you ever considered doing my 21-day nutrition and fitness program with me that is all focused on healthy meal prep and portion controls. So that was a girlfriend of mine who I don't see very often and lives out of state that commented on my video that I've started doing. So that's a way to reach out to people and start talking with them if they comment on one of your posts about a challenge group or about what you're doing, things like that. Another one, hey pretty lady, how are you feeling? Last time we talked you were dealing with some medical things. How are you now? I have to tell you, all the pictures you took of your daughter are amazing. You really have a good eye for photography. How cute they all turned out, and I love the old time feel they had. What program do you use to edit? So again, just seeing on her newsfeed what's going on in her life. I saw that she took some amazing pictures of her daughter Sailor, and you know, just wanted to ask her some genuine questions, just general conversation. It had nothing to do with, you know, a challenge group or anything like that. I was just asking her, you know, because obviously taking pictures is something that she's passionate about. So I'm asking about her, making it about the people, not about me. Okay, so that leads us into building your network. So are you adding to your list every day? The good thing is, if you haven't been, you can start today and start seeing great improvement very soon from this. The compound effects, the more you do and the earlier you start, the greater your return will be. You have to do this to grow. So Mindy Widner was explaining that the reason that she thinks most coaches quit or other MLMs fizzle out so quickly is because they tap out. They reach their ceiling. You know, they have their original list of 100 people, which is their warm market, right? They're people that they know, and they stop there. If they've gone through that whole circle and they've been told no however many times, then they stop. If you want to keep growing, if you want to get to diamond, if you want to get beyond diamond, if you want this to be your full-time income, be able to retire and travel and have freedom of your life and live by design and even make six-figure income, you are going to have to build your network. You're going to have to reach out to people. You're going to have to add to that list every single day, because the people in your warm market, while they may come around, they aren't ready. They might not be ready right now, or they haven't been ready. So you need to start branching out and talking with new people and adding to your list. We don't ever want you to tap out or to reach your ceiling. You know, you want to continually be meeting new people. And it only makes you stronger in talking with people by adding to your list and getting over that fear of talking to strangers. For some people, it's easier to talk to strangers. For me, it was harder. But it's something that I've gotten over and I actually enjoy doing. Staying focused when you're building your network. So master your power hour. Make sure that you're doing the threes, you know, personal development, inviting, reaching out, follow up, and then being a product of the product. But I shared a week or two ago, you know, you should be adding 3 new people a day, reaching out to 3 new people a day. So reaching out to 3 new people means people that are already on your list, but you're reconnecting with those people, okay? Just to clarify. 3 people to follow up with and 3 people to invite, okay? So master your power hour and make that a priority. Whether you have to break it up into 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes throughout the day, or you sit down and you bust it out in an hour. You just sit down and you get uber focused and you do it. Whatever works for you, master that power hour, because even 15-star diamond Mindy Widner, that's what she does. There's no secret. It's just she sits down and does her power hour. And then master 1 to 2 social media platforms and stick to it. Try not to skip around too much. Master what you're comfortable in. Find which one works good for you. Personally, I am a fan of Facebook and Instagram. Some people like Twitter. Other people like Periscope. Some people like Pinterest. I like Pinterest for my house. I don't so much like it for building my business at this point. But master 1 to 2 of them and stick with it. If you're on Facebook, add yourself to groups or request to be added to groups that are unique to you and really don't have a whole lot to do with health and fitness, because they're going to be saturated with coaches. You start building connections with those people, and ask them if that you can add them as a friend as you connect with them. If you're on Instagram, reaching out to people on there, people that like your photos, go and check them out. If there's somebody that you relate to, do the 5-3-1. Like 5 pictures, comment on 3, and then you'll get a new follower. And you can do that. I mean, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes a day to do something like that, to start adding to your list. And just make sure that you're adding 3 to 5 people every day. Okay, so this is something that I use often. And I just, hey girl, I say that to a lot of people. Hey girl or hey mama. That's just kind of my opening sentence. But this is something that is very successful. Hey girl, how's it going? I love seeing whatever you saw pop up in my news feed the other day. How sweet, or whatever it was. Whatever you saw, engage with them about their life and what you saw on their profile. Hey girl, every time I see one of your posts, I'm either inspired or it puts a smile on my face, which is really awesome and something I really admire about you. I know this is totally random, but because I love your positive vibe and energy, I just have to ask, have you ever considered the coaching opportunity? So here's an example of one that I presented to a girl the other day. She said no, perfectly fine. I wish she would say yes, because this girl needs some big time help with her health and fitness, and she's very young, but it's not her time. So I just said to her, she actually was telling me how she hates her job and it's a dead-end job. So I said, oh Ashley, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I can see where that would be frustrating for you. I'm not sure if this is for you or not, Ashley, but I hear your frustration with your current situation, and I can't help but to ask if you have ever considered doing what I do as an online health and fitness coach. So she said no, and that's okay. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop, and I promise I will invite her again. But that's an easy way, is just, hey girl, like you're talking to your girlfriend, like try not to put this persona on it that, are you going to say the wrong thing, or what are they going to think? Just put your intentions out there. Put your intentions that you genuinely want to help them, and you think this is an amazing opportunity, and it could really change their life too. Okay, so Challenge Group Rockstars. If you want to grow in this business and you want to move forward, you have to be hosting challenge groups. You have to. That's what we do, you guys. When we signed up to be coaches, we said that we were going to help people. We wanted to help people. If we're not hosting challenge groups, we're not helping people, whether they're free or not. We're not helping anybody. So reaching out to your challenge group Rockstars, this is much like a hey girl message. This particular message is to the same girl a little over a month apart, because this girl, she's crazy. This girl took me a year to finally say yes, because I kept following up with her, and it wasn't the right time for her. And then she became pregnant, and obviously we had to wait for that. And then once she was cleared from her pregnancy, she was on board. And I'll tell you what, you guys, this girl is amazing. She's killing it. She's getting healthier for her and her 3 children. She's giving me referrals because she's so excited about the program. She's lost over 45 inches in 3 months. And she's almost up to 30 pounds lost. It's crazy. And she'd be an amazing coach. But right now she's got some things going on in her life, and I know that. So, which I didn't know at the time with my first message. So I said, you are seriously killing it, and I love seeing all your posts. I knew you would do great with this, but you have totally blown me out of the water with how well you are doing. I'm not sure if this would be for you or not, Mandy, but with your recent accomplishments, I wondered if you had considered doing what I do as a health and fitness coach. You have been such a vital player in our group and a huge inspiration. Is this something you have considered doing? And then, so she said no, but, you know, she still messages me at least once a week and gives me her update, and we keep in touch. And then a little over a month later, I said, after she messaged me again on a Saturday morning, I think, her crazy results for the week, I said, you seriously blow my mind. You are simply amazing, and how are you feeling? Still like $1 million, because she had told me she was feeling like $1 million like the week before. I said, hey, so I know when we talked last, coaching wasn't really a good fit because of what is going on right now. But girl, I have to be honest with you. You have done such an amazing job with your own journey. I know you could really inspire a lot of other mommies who are just like you were when you started. Is coaching something that you have considered any further, Mandy? So I promise you, I will be following up with her again too, because she's a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Okay, so number 6 is attraction marketing. So attraction marketing is basically something that you do once, and it continues to attract people to your following. So creating YouTube videos, a blog, I would even consider Pinterest somewhat of an attraction marketing, because that's something that keeps being shared and going around. But finding something that you're comfortable with doing. You know, creating YouTube videos, even if they're just short little YouTube videos on like giving tips. Something that I've started doing is giving tips, introducing myself, telling them what I'm going to share tips about, and then giving them a handful of tips, trying to keep it under 5 minutes, and then restating those tips after you've explained each one. PJ, hold on, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know. Sorry, guys, one of the babies, Keiston's up crying. Okay, so creating your videos, something like that, where you're giving tips just to help, videoing yourself doing workouts, or doing workout videos where you're doing specific moves and telling them what to do and sharing that on YouTube, and hosting your team calls. If you're Emerald or above, you should be hosting a team call, even if it's just once a week or once a month, and you guys are just touching base just to set some goals and see how things are going. Start doing that now and start uploading those to YouTube as well, because what will happen is when people are following you on Facebook or following you on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, they're going to search your platforms too. They're going to go and they're going to do their homework. So the more that you put stuff out there for yourself, the more that people are going to see you. And it works for you even when you're sleeping, which is nice. So if you have videos and stuff like that circulating around, you're not really doing much work there. Okay, so number 7 is, have you ever considered? So what is your business goal? Do you want to rank advanced? Is this something that you want to grow? In order to grow your business, you will need to build your team. The average coach will enroll 1 out of every 10 people they present the coaching opportunity to. So if you want to enroll 2 to 4 coaches each month, how many people should you be sharing the opportunity with? 20 to 40, right? Because generally you're going to sign 1 out of every 10. As you become a more seasoned coach, it'll probably be more like 2 to 3 out of every 10. But that's a good rule of thumb. For every 10 coaches, you maybe sign 2 or 3. I'm sorry, for every 10 coaches that you sign, maybe 2 or 3 will actually work the business, and maybe 1 of those will become a builder. Not everybody is going to be that rock star, you guys. It's just the name of the game. You know, you're going to have to invest time in the people that are doing the work and are putting themselves out there and are following the trainings and showing the effort. And keeping people under your wing that are struggling to, or maybe having a hard time, but not everybody is going to want this to be their end-all be-all like you. So just keep that in mind. You know, once you get to Emerald, you can't just sit there and expect that, you know, the other coaches are going to grow themselves. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep inviting people to your team. And that helps to keep pushing the other people who are maybe kind of falling behind too, because the more people you bring on and they see them having success and them moving forward, then they see that other people can really do it too, and it's not just one person on the team or just the leader. For some reason, we all think that, you know, I've had this big break, or Kelly's had this big break, or Meg Wazinski's had this big break, or Anita Myron. No, it's just those people are sitting down, they're keeping focused, they're doing the 3 vital behaviors, and they're reaching out to more people. That's the end of it. So making sure that you're presenting the coaching opportunity to at least 5 people per week to help you grow your business. And last is, this business does not play favorites. So it's kind of like I was just saying. As much as I hate to say it, it is strictly a numbers game. But on the other hand, that's kind of a good thing. Like, there's no rocket science to this. It's strictly a numbers game. The business doesn't play favorites to the top earners. They are simply talking to more people. They are adding to their list at a faster rate, and they are making more sacrifices to make it happen. Or they did make more sacrifices in the beginning to make it happen. Remember Scotty Hobbs, who worked 12-hour days and still in 18 months was able to retire and created this rock star income. So it's just about, you know, what you're doing on a daily basis and how many people, you know, you're talking to on a daily basis. Excuse me. By adding more value to more people, your business will grow. So again, with those people that maybe say no and you ask why and it's just not the right time, you know, sharing that meal plan with them, or a good book or something like that, just to help them move forward in their life too. And set your intentions. You know, what do you want this to be for you, and do you genuinely want to help people? Do you want that focus of helping people and sharing a great opportunity to become healthy and fit to be your intention? Because if that's your intention, then that's what will happen. And be consistent. You guys hear this all the time, but being consistent, it's the compound effects. If you miss a couple days, it's going to show. And you're consistent in that closet just outside his room. Sorry, we had an accident. Be consistent. You know, typically the people that you're sharing the coaching opportunity with now or inviting into a challenge group are probably not going to say yes. Look at that slide that I showed 7 times where I reached out to the same girl. So it's generally, you're going to find that there's a little bit of a delay and that they're actually going to sign up maybe. So if you're talking with somebody now, they might sign up October, November, December, and maybe even later down the road depending on what's going on in their life. But as long as you keep following up with that person, you will be in the forefront of their mind when they are ready to make changes. And your business will reflect the number of people you are or are not contacting. Remember to keep it simple. This is not a difficult business, but something but because the steps to success are so simple, they are just as easily not done. So the last thing I wanted to leave you with is, let me just stop this, is Mindy was, in the last call I listened to, she was talking about, it's like your health and fitness. So if you have a challenger who is telling you, I'm eating all the right foods, I'm planning my meals, I'm doing all my workouts, I'm doing all this and this and this, and I'm still not losing any weight and I'm not doing anything, well, then, one, we'd get that person on the phone, but we have to figure this out. Like, you're not a medical mystery. If you're eating the right foods, you really are eating the right foods, and you're eating the right portions, and you're doing the workouts, and you're really pushing yourself through your workouts, you're going to lose weight. Or maybe we need to increase their calories. There's going to be something there that something's off. So they're either not giving you the full story, or they really are struggling with something, we need to try and figure that out. So it's the same thing in your business. Like, be honest with yourself. Are you really reaching out to enough people? Are you really really evaluate like how many people you're presenting the coaching opportunity with, how many people you're inviting to a challenge group every day, how many people you're following up with. Have you maybe forgotten about a few people who said no a couple months ago? Follow back up with those people. And tracking is going to be huge. Like, you should be tracking every single thing that you do so that it's easier for you to go back and follow up with those people. So that's all I have for tonight. I don't know that we can really do questions with this. If you guys have some, let's see, I have a... Yay, great job, Michelle. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want to type them over in the chat, and then I can, because there's a little bit of a delay, it might be easier if you type them in there if you have a question, or if you maybe raise your hand. Sorry, Becky and Eva, I can't see you, or Donna, but... No? All right, girls. Well, I am sorry that there was a little bit of confusion with this new layout, but I think it'll be good, and I'd like to try it for a couple times and see how we do with it. And if you do have any questions that you maybe couldn't bring up right now, make sure you post them in the group, and we'll get them taken care of, okay? Have a great night.